First of all, thank you everyone. If you're listening, if you came back for this, I really appreciate you being here. We have had a lot of issues in the last few months getting things published and fixed and cleaned up because the pandemic has affected everyone in different ways. But we're still here and we're back. This is Germán Rodriguez. I am your DM. Also, you know that awkward 5 seconds after you swipe right on Tinder and then there's no match? That's also me. I'm there with you when that
happens. Oh, sorry, I had a thing planned. Azua. A world without gods. Ravaged by war. We follow the story of the community and its chosen champion, Sylas Cantor. My name is Sarah Koenig, and find out more on this episode of Serial. No? Nobody? Okay. I'm Shane. Hi, I play Sylas.
I will let you finish, but that was fucking hilarious.
I'll let you finish in just a minute, but no. What am I saying? I'm saying I'm Dave, and I'm playing Rufus McBarley-Sheath.
Yay, Rufus! I have been listening to some of the earlier audio, and Rufus's accent is still the best part of our show.
Yeah. Hopefully I can figure out how to get back to it, because it's been a while.
Fine, let's do a little catch-up. We'll do some vocal warmings, and we'll read each other's horoscopes before we begin the game. Aquarius, this is your week. Professional ventures will be very, very successful for you. Mucho, mucho amor, or whatever that Puerto Rican guy used to say.
I mean, I don't know which signs even exist in our world, so that's great, but do we have Aquariuses in Azua? Is that just like the world's worst horoscope writing? I don't know.
I don't know about Aquariuses, but we have Aquaria, the drag queen, for sure. She is part of the world.
Obviously.
You're just importing other people into the world without even getting their permission. Nice.
Yep, I just kidnapped her character.
Huh.
Sue me.
I mean, she might. You don't know.
So let's do a little catch up about the game. In the last few episodes, the gang, they beat up a few nil on their path to disposing of some bodies of some FAFSAn enemies that they had to eliminate to take over Facility 25. And on the way, after killing this nil, they found their nest, and in this nest was a pile of rotten seeds. And after some investigation and some mental acrobatics, the team found out that the seeds have come from a granary, which is a vault full of seeds and what's the word? Cryo-sealed, cryo-preserved,
frozen.
Just frozen.
Whoa! Let's not get that technical now, ma'am. Okay. This is not a science lab.
My mistake. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you guys found the name of the granary, and with the help of the FAFSA bit, you guys managed to locate it in the world, and it was not too far away from you. You guys went back to the community, notified Manuela and the other elders that you were heading out to do this before you left. Yara gave Rufus a magical or a special sword that shines blue, and on the way to the granary, you guys encountered a bunch of centipedes. Sorry, oh my god. I hope that's gonna make it another podcast, god damn it.
Of course it will.
It's definitely making it in, yeah. Why would you think anything else?
Anyways, you guys fought a bunch of centipedes near some cliffs, and figured out that during the last fight of the war, FAFSA released some sort of magnetic or magical attack on Fayette, melting all of the fyrite in a very, very, very long area. That going as far as the western border of FAFSA. So that's where we left the game. Before we continue, things happen in between you guys waking up from your long rest?
Well,
Started
I'm just gonna start applying that long rest. Please paint me a picture with your words.
I just want to make sure you guys have your characters at hand and that you healed up and recovered all your spell slots. And when you wake up, when you're done with that, let me know, and we'll start I'll start setting the scene for you.
Yep.
You can't see the big thumbs up I'm giving, but that's because I'm not actually doing it because this is an audio medium.
I'm just gonna say yes, I did that.
Okay. So the next morning, you guys were camping up underneath one of the cliffs, and when the two of you wake up, the last watch was Randall, and you wake up to no Randall, and no Randall's clockatrice. All that's left behind is a envelope that has been sealed, and you can tell that the seal cannot be just opened manually. And
It's magically sealed, or
correct, yes.
okay.
If you try to force it open, it will just do kind of like a Chinese finger trap situation. It would just like stretch out and then just like
Pop
snap
right back.
in place. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, well, we definitely try to open, like, the side of the envelope, and I'm sure that happens as well. But, why would he leave?
Can Rufus make a survival check real quick?
Sure.
Ooh,
Let me find
take
right
advantage, because I'll help you. I'm trained in survival.
time. Okay, then I have to grab another D20. My best roll was a 6, so let's just say no.
Even with that 6, you managed to see there are strange footprints near the campfire. And by strange, I mean they are the footprints of a baby buffalo or a baby cow. They're little hoof prints, but they seem to be from a small creature.
Okay. Well, if you're giving me all that for just a 6, I do have a bonus of 4, so total it would be a 10. What do I get with 10?
And with the 10, you can tell that those footprints came from nowhere. And they just
Interesting.
magically appeared on the ground and then walked side by side with Randall's cockatrice.
And they're not Randall's footprints.
They are not. You see Randall's prints, the cockatrice, and then this little baby buffalo prints.
And remind me, it was just the 3 of us out here, right?
Correct, yes.
I should have totally listened to the raw audio before starting today's game.
Huh. Yeah.
Rufus, you got anything on this?
It's quite a doozy.
Love the accent.
Yeah, I think I found it.
Should we go look for him, I guess? I'd be real worried considering the nil.
It's a fair point. But I'm curious what's in the letter.
I try holding it up to the sun.
Make an Arcana check, Randall. I'm sorry, Sylas. Oh my god.
He's not here.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I'm not our Arcana guy, but I'll give it a shot. Total is 12.
That's still better than my 10 before.
There's some sort of like countdown attached to this seal. It will expire after X amount of time, but you cannot really tell how long or how powerful the seal is.
Gotcha. I think it'll open eventually. I guess for the time being, should we just continue on, or I don't like this.
I suppose we should just follow the footsteps then.
So you guys were going northeast towards the mountain where the vault is. His footsteps are going straight north and like circumventing the mountain entirely. According from the path, you can tell that they're following. they will be like circumventing the mountain that you're meant to go to.
I mean, I don't see a reason not to continue following them, knowing that.
Yeah, is it maybe we can follow them north and then, sort of like a Google Maps reroute?
So make a survival check, Rufus, to follow the tracks.
Yep. Sure.
Rufus, my friend, you are great at survival, and I trust you entirely.
Okay, so I'll do it with advantage.
Also, a Bardic Inspiration D6.
Nice. Okay, well then let's use that, because this is not a great score. Okay, so total, that is, what is that, 17?
Alright, yeah, 17 is great. So you guys follow his footsteps for a few hours, actually. And eventually, you can tell that he has taken some measures to hide his tracks. But with a 17 and like you're an experienced hunter and like an outdoorsman, Rufus, you're able to just...
Yeah, I'm basically the brawny man, but like with swords and shit.
Oh, that guy with the beard and the towels, yeah.
Yeah.
And because Rufus so far has cleaned up all of our combat messes.
Yeah, basically. Oh. Okay.
You manage the tracks and you realize that after a certain point, the tracks just entirely disappear, as if he was like snatched from the ground. And there's no way, like from your knowledge and from your experience tracking animals and monsters and beasts in the wild, you have no idea how he could have done this. This is some sort of magical feat that has been committed here. And at this point, the letter snaps open. Whatever seal was holding the letter closed opens up, and in a very concise and brief way, he explains to you that, well, let me just read it in his voice. Well, I can't do his voice.
But now you have to try.
Now I'm gonna have to try. Let me see. Shy boy, femboy hooters.
What is happening?
He is finding his craft.
I'm getting in character, okay?
Don't forget a healthy dose of paranoia. And complaining about survivability.
That is very true. Benghazi happened. The government's in on me. They're finding me. Pizza Hut. Okay.
Bush did
Right.
9/11.
For a second, I thought you were going into character already, and I was like, okay, that was a weird reference.
Dear friends, I am sorry to leave you like this. I logged this letter for 8 hours to give myself a head start. During the night shift, I tried to summon a familiar. And not only did I get my familiar, but I learned my real meaning in this world. My parents sent me out here to accomplish something, and I'm afraid that you guys staying with me will just detriment my goals. Hopefully one day we can come back together, but for now, I have to take my leave. I will cherish you all forever, and I will never forget everything you've done for me so far. Someday I'll return to the community and be one of yours, but for now, I must follow my path. Goodbye.
After he's done reading this aloud, Sylas looks at Rufus and sighs. I suppose we should just go on to the silo then, right?
Yeah. I
He's
don't think there's any more we can do here.
and it doesn't sound like he wants
Yeah.
us to
Yeah.
come looking.
A bloody
Well,
shame.
let's go see if we can get
Damn,
those
that-
hungry
that-
mouths fed.
That went Irish, I think.
That wasn't bad. Irish, you would have one accent. That was a stretch, but I'm still proud of it.
Isn't there two Irish accents, Northern Ireland and Southern?
I'm really not sure that's what's relevant right now.
I guess we go back towards the path to try and find this granary inside a mountain. Because we can all agree Lord of the Rings would have been much nicer if when they got inside the mountain there was a loaf of bread for them, right?
Yes.
Sounds alright. No dwarf ghosts, no giant spiders, nope.
No big monsters that kill your wizard in a bait and switch fake out. Yeah.
Well, trust me, you're not gonna be fighting a Baylor anytime soon, so no worries about that. Which, by the way, the Lord of the Rings, really a Baylor to a bunch of like low-level characters? How dare you? It's book one. Chill, Daddy, chill.
I mean, you do know that that's where the Baylor in D&D comes from, right? Is they went, the Balrog is awesome, let's make that a D&D monster.
I mean, D&D was heavily influenced by Tolkien. Like,
Oh, for sure.
it's a lot of it is a copy paste. So you guys travel back around the skirt of the mountain, and you don't see anything out of place. You just see a bunch of lush, a very thick, lush forest hugging the mountain at its base. And you guys go back to the track where you were initially on, that Rufus had scouted out for you in the past. And you started climbing up the track of the mountain that has been in the past used for access. And as you climb up the mountain, I need one of you two to do a roll 20 check, please. Just a raw d20.
I got it. It's a 5. I'm not doing great today.
You've doomed us.
Yeah.
Turns out 5 meant avalanche, and then make new characters.
Right? Just instant death.
The mountain itself, it's not snowy or anything. If anything, it's craggy. The path that you're following clearly was man-made, or I guess humanoid-made, and it is wide enough to fit 2 large carriages or 2 of those trucks that you found before in the new community. And as you travel it, you notice dead people, or like the remains of humanoids left to the side of the road. Some of them are nil, some or were nil, and their rotten flesh kind of like stick to their skulls and bones, very zombie-like.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
The farther up the road you go, the presence of these bodies kind of like becomes a little bit scary.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds disturbing. Sufficiently.
Hang. Oof. Hang still, Rufus. And I'll prestidigitate little air bubbles around us to get rid of the rotted bodies. And
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
So the road up, like I said, is very craggy. This road has not been taken care of in a very long time, so it's considered difficult terrain even while you're mounted. And the higher you climb, the more rugged and the more difficult all of this becomes. Any of you guys have a perception skill? I'm sorry, give me your passive perception. I'm sorry.
I've got 14 passive.
12.
14, you can tell Sylas that the bodies were not like dismembered or torn to pieces or like killed in combat. They all seem to have died sitting down. The rotten gear and the rotten weapons just like laying on the ground by their side.
I definitely mentioned this to Rufus.
Well, that's also disturbing.
There aren't any, like, visual causes of death at all? Or it's too old to really, like, identify that?
Make yourself a medicine check if you want to approach one of the bodies.
I mean, I kind of don't want to approach one of the bodies.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Yeah, no, maybe this is the fact that we are all in a pandemic ourselves, but I think rather than get up close and personal and risk whatever nonsense this was, I'm gonna pass up that check.
Okay. So, after a few hours of hiking up this trail, you can see in the distance kind of like two large polished pillars made out of metal, something silver from the distance. You're about a few hundred feet away from it, and there is like a clearing nearby it that looks kind of like a courtyard that is completely clean. There's nothing there, and let me know how you would like to approach it. So the area around the trek itself, it's completely full of like low hanging bush that it's like dry and thorny, and there is very few wildlife here. You maybe heard a few mice scurrying around, or like a few small mammals you saw darting here and there.
I think I'd like to look for tracks and see, because we found out about this place, right? Because we found seeds that clearly someone had to have transported.
Mm-hmm.
So my thought is maybe this is still in use. Rufus, my friend, would you help me find some tracks?
Indeed, we will work together.
I've got to get my voice down too, jeez. It's been so long.
I know.
Ooh, what bad. Sounded refreshing.
Well, I rolled so with advantage. With advantage, my high roll is a 9, and being trained, etc., buffs it to 13.
You don't see any recent tracks coming up the trek, but like I said before, the trek itself, it's full of like gravel and broken shards of stone, and it's kind of hard to find tracks in such terrain.
Perhaps we should stay mounted in case we need to make a hasty retreat.
That sounds like a good idea.
So you guys keep writing up. Sorry, Shane. Go ahead.
Oh no, Sylas just looks at Rufus, shrugs, and says, "Gosh, even though we're alone, I'm trying to stay, with the voice, keep it as a thing. I don't want to get out of practice. You understand." Yeah, I was gonna say, and where do we go, I think?
As you guys climb up the trek, I need you to roll for perception this time. The closer you get to that clearing that I mentioned before, you're about 50 to 60 feet from it. You see that the vegetation around the clearing has a significant increase in its volume.
I roll a 10 again.
I have a 19 all in.
Technically, I rolled an 8, but I have a +2, so it's a 10.
And so Sylas was a 19?
Yep.
So, Sylas, you notice something has changed in the vegetation near the clearing that leads to the two pillars. And now that you're much closer, you can tell that the two pillars are holding together a small fence. And by small, I mean a thin fence. The pillars themselves are about 40 feet apart from each other. And in between them, there is a very thin fence, more like mesh. It's like chicken mesh almost. And past it, and past the chicken fence, you see a glorious door. It's a glossy silver door with a pad similar to the one that you encounter in where the community is sitting now. A very similar pad to it, but from this distance you cannot really tell exactly what it looks like or what it does.
How tall is that fence?
The fence itself goes up as high as the pillars go, which is about 60 feet. So it's a 60 by 40 mesh.
Got it.
Um,
The thing that you notice the most that kind of like raised an alarm is that the bushes and the ferns around the clearing, they have I really don't know how to say this word in English, and I try to Google it and I can't. You know when you go to the woods and there are like low bushes that have little like balls that are sticky, and they have like very pointy sharp needles on them, and they stick to your feet and to your legs.
Oh yeah, I don't know what the word for those are.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of them.
they're all over the place when I walk the dog lately.
You know that the vegetation near the clearing is dotted with little orange seed bulbs, I guess, like that.
My friend, watch your step. But also, there should be a door around here in that fence somewhere, right? So people
There
can
must be, if someone's gonna go through it.
Perhaps we can find the door if we get a little closer. And I guess we're gonna start tiptoeing our clockstridges. I can't imagine they have a stealth setting, but I don't want him to step on stuff.
Stealth setting.
So
You laugh, but I can't wait till we find the HM for it.
they're called burdocks. They're like this bulbous seed things that attach to people and birds and animals, so that they can like drop the seed somewhere else and expand their territory. That's
Interesting.
And this has been Gato's botany fact.
Yeah, because I know the word in Spanish. In Spanish, it's cadillo, and it was pretty hard for me to find out what to translate it, but I did.
I think we just call it sticky shit.
Yeah, that's
Pricklies,
fine.
maybe.
Sticky shiz. I'm good with that.
Nature's koosh ball. I don't know.
So you guys, as you approach the clearing, you are not surprised because you notice that the burdock bulbs kind of like start moving because you already saw them from before, and the plants nearby the clearing start shaking and moving as you approach, and
holy shit! I look at Rufus. Holy shit! Right?
Yeah. However, Rufus would say that.
forms itself into a large golem-like being. Like all of the bushes and the plants kind of like melt together into a ball and like stand up and with two appendages, and it like four pseudopods kind of come out of its mass and start wriggling, and it's in between you guys and the clearing. But you can tell that it does not put 1 foot in the clearing.
I was gonna say, is it just doesn't look like it wants to talk, huh?
Oh no.
Does it have a mouth?
Nope. It's just a giant blob of combined bushes. I mean, and burdock pods. Yeah, pods. PODs.
Well, it must have caught me by surprise because my grand initiative total is 5.
Oh no.
Ooh. Oh no.
Gives me plenty of time to think.
Oh, okay. I got a 19 total, so that's better.
That's much better.
Yeah, that's much better.
The burdock golem. All right.
Burdock. It's the Birdaduke. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out a way to make it like, the Babadook, but then never mind.
Burdock.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh man, I just realized that thing must be so great at grappling because you can never get them off.
Burdock. Not Burdock. Rufus, you go first.
Permanent grapple. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna take out both of my rapiers and attack it really hard. Where's my D8? Here's my D8. So the first one is the one that I have that's magic. And it does 2 die on a crit with the magic and the crits with no armor. Okay, got it. I remember this thing now. That's a total. Wait, I need to roll attack before I roll damage, don't I? I'm smart.
You're all your attack modifier, which is Dex plus.
Yeah. So it's a total of 8.
Unfortunately, that's not gonna hit. And when you approach it, you can tell that those the burdock pods are kind of like, I don't want to say they're like pulsating, but they are pulsating.
They're gonna explode.
Yes. Make your second attack.
Okay, my second attack roll is a total of 9.
It's better than 8.
It's better than 8.
Sometimes you're just doomed and there's nothing you can do about it.
I really like these new die I got. They're like semi-translucent rainbows. I was all like pride and yay, but these dice are giving me terrible numbers.
I mean, I have a secret for dice that I'm not gonna say on mic because I've been warned about it, but I'll tell you later off camera.
I feel like not explaining it makes it worse, and yet that's how we're going to play this out.
Yeah, I think today's theme is all about worse.
We've all felt very bad for a very long time. Let's just swim around in our depression the way Scrooge does in his money vault.
Fair. So I guess that's the end of my turn because I'm definitely not hitting anything with a 9.
Unfortunately not.
Okie dokie.
It's the burdock monster's turn, and as you have approached it and swung at it, it fixates on you, Rufus. You see that it swings its pseudopods at you all at once, kind of like a big smash.
Mm-hmm.
And from the look of it, it's not trying to like deal damage to you because it doesn't have any muscle or any bone inside, but it's just trying to make contact. It's really trying to rub off all those little pods on you.
Oh, it's gonna try to make me a bomb. Fantastic. Yeah. Well, let's see. Does it hit? It's still rolling for an attack, right?
Yes, it is. I roll a 19, which I'm guessing it's gonna...
Yeah, my AC is only 14.
Oh boy.
Yay.
I'm thinking of all the darker times we've been in DnD, but it's just so depressing when it's just because of the rolls.
Yeah.
You take 3 points of piercing damage.
Okie dokie.
On the side of your hip and like your torso on the left side, you see a handful, like a collection of the spots gets attached to you, and I need you to make a wisdom save.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely not something that I'm good at. Although I got a total of 15.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
You can tell that where the pots got attached to your body, you got a little numb, and trying to like fuck with your nervous system or your brain in some way. But you're stronger than that, and you manage to hold yourself up against it.
Okay. But these are definitely bad things to get on you, and that's obvious to me. So I'm just gonna yell to Sylas, "Don't let it touch you, lad!"
So, Sylas, it is your turn.
Sylas has been spending this whole time, eyes closed until Rufus yelled out, going, "You can do this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this." And when Rufus yells, he snaps back to attention, and he goes, all right, I'll stay back. And then he digs deep and shouts, "You there, evil creature! I'm not good at making people feel bad yet, but your coloration is awful. You look sickly and weak."
You look sickly and weak. I love it.
And I need it to save against Vicious Mockery.
save real quick. I rolled a 11. I don't think that's gonna succeed.
Nope. DC is 14, which means that it is. I think it has disadvantage on its next attack. Yeah. And it's gonna take a whopping amount of damage. 2 psychic.
That's whopping.
Whopping.
Yeah, more like whop whop.
Hang in there, Rufus.
So-
We'll get through this. And you can take another bardic inspiration with my bonus.
Fantastic.
Is that the cantrip that you used, Sylas?
Yeah, it's the cantrip.
Okay. It means that I have disadvantage on my next attack.
Yep. Which is 90% the reason to use it, because it sure ain't that damage.
I'm so used to roll 20 by now that I was going, like my hand went directly to my mouse to push forward an initiative and roll 20, and I'm like, no. We're not doing that today. Okay. Rufus, it's your turn. The thing is standing directly between you and the gate. Sylas, you are, I'm assuming, a little bit behind Rufus, or you want to be to his side?
I'm back. Well, Vicious Mockery is 60 feet, so I'm back about 60 feet on the thing. Let's call it 40 feet on the Cockstridge. Champion.
Rufus, here you go.
Okay. Well, I'm going to use that Bardic Inspiration on this attack. So, that's a total of 21 to hit. Okay, good. I actually hit the damn thing.
Huzzah.
And then I get only 8 damage total.
That's pretty good. You deal 8 damage to this thing, and you can feel that when you like dig your rapier into its mass, you feel that you're like breaking up important connections of its tangle. But it's still holding strong, and it's still quite threatening.
Got it. Well, I still have my second attack.
More attacks.
Yeah, but it's only a total of 14, so I don't think I'm gonna hit it.
14 will hit, actually.
14 hits. Fantastic.
Nice.
Where's that? So that's total of 9 to hit or for damage.
All right, so that's all right. It is the golem's turn, and it, considering that you're the only thing it can feel nearby, Rufus, it continues to attack you.
Yeah,
And
I'm sure it does.
tries to slam you one more time.
But it attacks with disadvantage. Ha!
Alright, that's gonna be a 7 and a 9. I'm gonna take the 7. That's gonna fail.
Okay then. Congratulations to me.
But at the end of its turn, you feel that those pots that it implanted on you are still doing a number on your body. Take 4 points of damage from the
That's
pot
not good.
to your
That's
side.
definitely not good.
And this time you don't have to make a wisdom saving throw, because they kind of run out of the juice that, like the salve that they use to attach themselves. That seems to be the thing that made you sleepy, or that made you kind of like lose control of your limbs.
Loosey goosey.
Yes. The muscle relaxer is gone. All right, Sylas, here you go.
Stay strong, Rufus. And that's going to be another bardic. Gosh, I'm almost out already, but this seems important. So Rufus, you can have another bardic inspiration, and
Fantastic.
then I think I have to dip in. Oh no, it's a 60 range spell. I am going to cast Fairy Fire, right? That misses your allies, right?
No, Fairy Fire hits everyone in the area, but you can aim it so that it touches the enemy.
Okay. I would like to just fairy fire the enemy, so it needs to make.
You Fairy Fire the thing, and now it's this giant, shimmering, glittery mass of brushes and spines and burdock pods. It's
Now, when you strike it, look for the light. Okay, I know that was obvious, Rufus, but just like I'm trying to help you here. Stab it a bunch.
Got it. Stab it a bunch. It's not like that wasn't already what I was trying to do.
You do get advantage on all of your attacks against it, though.
That is going to be helpful.
Fairy fire, not just for invisible dickheads.
Okay. Does that make it my turn? I think that makes it my turn. Okay. So I am going to roll. Should I save the Bardic Inspiration? No, you know what? I'm all in. I'm going to attack it again with this rapier.
You can decide after you roll. That's the beauty of the Bardic.
Oh, really? I thought you had to use it before.
So you can roll it, and then you get to see how much you rolled. You don't get to know if that's enough to hit or not, but you can usually kind of estimate.
Right. Got it. Well, then I'm not going to use it because my best roll was a total of 21.
Nice.
And the damage for that... Ooh, it's only a 6 total damage, but hey.
Right. And then do your second attack?
Second attack. Okay, it's a total of 22 this time, which I'm assuming also hits.
Yes.
And again, a total of 6 damage.
Nice. So it's the monster's turn, and you see that your attacks have been very effective on it, and it starts to get very angry. And it releases a primal sound that chills you both down to your core. It's the kind of sound that you imagine a dying demon would make. And as it does that, all of the remaining living plants around it kind of like start massing on top of it, and the 4 pseudopods that it created before kind of becomes like rackets. So it like widens up and has this like 4 giant like duck feet shaped appendages.
So what you're saying is that it wasn't even its final form.
You have not seen its
This doesn't seem good. It's like you defeat the boss, and then all of a sudden it's like that wasn't the boss. That was just like the henchman, and then you have the real boss.
It's your JRPG warm-up fight.
Right.
And the fact that it's Fairy Fire just makes this more ominous, because you see the little orange buds shining in between all the ferns and all the branches.
Ooh, that's bad.
In a very like scary primal way. And Rufus, this time it's not trying to slam you, it's trying to hug you.
This doesn't seem good. This seems really bad.
Or you trying to hug you with all 4 of its like duck feet shaped.
Yeesh. That feels like it would probably like, because even if all it does is make me numb all over my body, that probably just means I'm basically a goner.
Yikes! Oh, 20.
And it's a crit.
Fucking timing, bro. Fucking timing.
That makes it worse. I was scared of this before you got to 20.
Rufus, the thing embraces you in a very, very deadly hug. And entire body, now not just one side of your torso, like your entire, from your hip up, you are completely covered in this burdock pods, and you take 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
I need you to make another wisdom save.
Rufus!
You can probably...
Rufus, no!
Can he add this to saving throws, Shane?
Yeah, believe so.
I got a 22 without it.
Dang.
Oh, great.
Like I rolled a nat 20 on the
Nice.
Wisdom save.
Nice. He's coming out at the right time. So you are considered to be grappled by it, and you can tell that it's doing its best, like rearranging its branches and rearranging its structure to put as many of these pods on you as it can. And it left two of the appendages free, and they look kind of like glittery tree branch wings, full of the orange pods, just like flapping in the air. Sylas, at the beginning of your turn, make a dexterity saving throw. This thing is flapping these pods all over the place, and they're like flying around you in a horrific whirlwind, while Rufus is being hugged by it.
Okay, so it's throwing up its petals and reproductive organs at me. I feel like that's very rude.
Very rude.
Girl, nat 20.
Nice. So you avoid most of them, and the thing now seems to be very preoccupied with Rufus.
Apparently, we can't attack for shit, but we're great at these saves. There's not a whole lot that I can do at this distance. So I think I'm going to keep yelling at it to make it harder for it to hit Rufus. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Your stem looks wilted, and your bits of bark and trunk are shaven poorly. And you know what? Stop killing my friend. And I need it to make a wisdom save. Oh, I forgot to mention earlier, it doesn't affect this roll, but it's supposed to get a dex save for fairy fire. I noticed that after we moved on.
Oops.
Yeah, just warning
I
you.
think we're doing poorly enough that if we just give ourselves that, it still won't make a big difference.
Yeah, that being said, this one is asking for a save instead of attacking anyway, so it makes the save normally.
Yeah.
Wow, a 1. My die has been so bipolar today.
Bwahaha, take 2 more psychic damage.
You see it wince, but still it's not letting go of Rufus.
Well, it has disadvantage on its next attack, which I think was the most effective thing I could do for Rufus.
Hopefully.
How are you feeling, Rufus?
I'm not great, to be honest.
It's your turn, Mr. Rufus.
I am grappled, so I guess. I mean, it doesn't make sense to do anything but try to escape the grapple, because I can't do anything else. So I try to escape the grapple.
Can he choose to stab it? I think you can choose to just stab it while still being grappled, but whatever bad stuff it can do, it can still do.
I think you can make unarmed combat attacks if you're grappled, but not melee ones, I think.
Melee attacks is just gonna be with disadvantage.
Oh.
So it'd be like making them normally because of the advantage, but I say get out of its hug. You know what?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking
worth
too.
The bad stuff.
That's what I'm thinking too. Okay, so I'm gonna try to free myself from the grapple. That's a strength check, right?
It's an athletics check, so you roll a d20 plus your athletics modifier.
Okay, so I rolled a 20 and my modifier is a 3. This dice is being really bipolar today. I don't know what to say.
It's almost like we're playing on Roll20, and we're not.
I know. It's just a regular physical die.
20 does that, and I really hate it. It's either 2s or 20s. I can't. But yeah, you get out of its grasp, and you're still completely covered in these pods. What do you do? And your move action.
I mean, Sylas, your total health is like 12 or something, right?
I am a big, strong, beefy kid. I have 15 health.
15. Okay. I still have almost as much health as he does, and so I guess I'm just gonna try to lure it away from him so that it keeps attacking me. If I like run down the hill, maybe will it just follow me?
I mean, it has been fixated on you, and it has not directly attacked Sylas yet. So
Okay.
you assume that it will follow.
So yeah, I'm going to run down the hill, but I'm also going to be like looking behind myself to make sure that I don't run too fast so it can keep up with me. I'm trying to stay away from it, but like not, you know,
The
like,
good news
in
is
melee range.
the good news is if you do outrun it and it kills me, no witnesses. So who's to say you ever did?
And then since I'm so concerned about Sylas, I guess I'm just gonna say, you know, protect yourself, laddie. Run. Or something like that. Fly, you fool.
Boy. I think it's the monster now, which is good because I don't know what I want to do.
You managed to move 30 feet past south of the monster, like back down the hill.
Mm-hmm.
And normally, sentient monsters take attacks of opportunity. This thing doesn't seem to be smart or have enough of a primal hunger to do that. It's not an animal or anything. It's just like a plant.
Yep.
So it is not taking an attack of opportunity. But it's its turn, and you, Mister, take 8 points more of damage from all the pods on you. And the thing starts like
Jesus.
wobbling in your direction. It only moves 20 feet. But as he moves, it leaves a trail of
Podlings.
this potlings and these bushes behind it. And those are still kind of like not flapping, but they're like actively shooting the pots everywhere, still creating that dangerous area of effect around it.
Yeah.
And it is chasing after you. Very decide to leave.
Well, I saved Sylas, but I'm down to 3 HP.
Yeah. Can I dig into Champion and send him sort of perpendicularly? Could I get like, because I want to get in range to throw a healing word to Rufus, which is 60 feet apparently.
You are within range right now to throw the spell, because you were 50 feet behind Rufus, and he moved 30 back towards you, so he is definitely within your range.
Gotcha. So then, I am going.
80 feet away from the pillars and the chicken mesh.
How many feet away from the?
You're about 80 feet away from them.
Okay. I am going to trot up behind Rufus, and say, I think we can do this. And I'm going to, as I do that, give him a healing word. Consistently rolling 2s on that d4, but you can take 6 hit points back.
Yay.
Not a lot, but it might keep you up.
Yeah, it's better than 3.
What do you do with the rest of your movement, Shane? That was
I'd like for my action, I'm gonna use a dash, and I would like to get closer to the fence, but I'm going the long way around. I want to like circle around the giant cactuar. I want to get away from that thing still and let it stay closer to Rufus than me. So I guess we're doing like a little bit of a triangle pattern.
okay. At the end of your turn, make another dexterity save, because it's still like emanating a bunch of this, like it's like catapulting all this bird pots out of
All over the place. Great. Jesus. That was another nat 20.
Nice. So you avoid them. Some of them are trying to get caught in your hair, but your conditioning routine has been on point, and none of them get tangled in your hair.
Oh, good, because I made a comment about my hair in the first episode, and I wanted to change it, so they, like, rip up my hair a little bad, and I'll have to prestidigitate it later.
Great. Rufus, it's your go.
Right. So let's see. I guess my best bet is to keep running from it, like just trying to stay out of melee range, but not going so far that it doesn't, that it doesn't stop following me. So I guess I'll move 20, 30 feet or so, and then just stop and look back and check that it's following.
You keep moving and it keeps going forward, and the pots continue to like violently shoot out of its body everywhere. And at the end of its turn, after it has chased you, by the way, this time it kind of dashed. I don't think it has the intelligence to dash, but it moved a little bit more than before, meaning that it's getting closer to you and it's like really trying to get to you. And you take 7 damage from the ferns in your body.
Damn.
Gosh, can you like wipe those things off or something?
You know, I didn't try that. Maybe I'll try that.
Make a nature check, Rufus.
Okay. What is my total of 12?
You can tell that with fire you can burn them off quite easily.
Okay, I don't have a fires.
I was just thinking about that too, because like it's a plant monster. You know who had firebolt? Randall.
Yeah. I mean, we could probably make regular.
All right.
Regular boring fire, like non-magical. I do have. What all do I have in my inventory?
Sylas, while he checks his inventory.
Oh, I have that explorer's pack. That's got to have a torch in it, right?
Absolutely, yep.
Or some kind of like, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I'll use that. But it's not my turn right now.
It's mine.
Yep.
Yes.
Can I still throw a heal to Rufus, or am I too far now?
You would have to down a little bit.
I think. Okay, so then I'll sacrifice getting to the fence this turn. And what I'm gonna do is swing back to throw Rufus a heal, and then head still on that like arced path towards the fence. But I will take a dagger and chuck it at the monster.
Roll your healing first, and then roll your attack for the monster.
Ooh, nice heal there. That is 8 hit points.
Ooh, fantastic.
Nice.
And with the monster, I'm assuming I can't get within 20 feet of it before throwing my dagger and still keep a safe distance, right?
If you end your turn 20 feet away from it, it might notice you.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw from a little farther away, and the fairy fire will counteract the disadvantage. Okay, that is gonna be a miss, I think, because that was a total of 10, so not great.
All right.
Hang in there, friend.
All right, so it's Rufus's turn now. Rufus, do your thing.
Yeah, so this thing seems obsessed with me, and Sylas is staying pretty far away from it, so it's probably not going to start to attack him. This is my thought process right now. I'm thinking aloud. The whole fire thing seems like a good idea, so I guess I'm going to pull out a torch from my explorer's pack, assuming it's in there, light the thing, hoping that either helps me get rid of these pods on me, or makes them fall off or whatever, or at least makes it chase me. I don't know. I'm just going to like take off running as far as I can, continuing downhill. At the very least, hopefully I can keep it away from Sylas, who's squishy.
With the first round of you doing that, the thing, you burn off half of the pots that were on your body.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing screams when you burn the pots. It like does that same shrill scream before. And now it is definitely dashing after you. It is like kind of like, you know, those cowboy movies, those, what do you call those little barrow thingies? Like the plants that roll in the desert in the cowboy
Tumbleweed?
Tumbleweeds, that one, yeah. It kind of like makes itself into a tumbleweed, and it starts like Indiana Jones trap of rolling down the hill after you. And Sylas, the last thing you see, it's Rufus's torch shining through the mass of glittery branches going downhill, while still behind, like during your turn. It's your turn now. There's still leftover branches everywhere, spewing the pots in every direction. What do you do?
Let me take a quick stock, because I don't want to leave Rufus alone with that thing, and I am out of heals.
Rufus is actually 60 feet farther down the road now, so that would put him about 140 from you.
Okay, there is not a lot I can do with that information, as the clock stretch, I think, has 60 feet. Is there anything looking around that I could use as like a tool, or that I could use to start a fire in this area? Do I have? I do not.
Which starter pack did you start with?
I did not take an adventurer's kit.
Okay. So
yeah,
you can't. There's nothing you can do to. But you can tell that the mesh in between the two pillars was put there on purpose to protect people from the flying pots. And you have a choice of either chasing Rufus or going into the safety of the net.
I mean, if I go into the safety of the net, I feel like Rufus is as good as gone.
I'm probably already as good as gone. This thing is obsessed with me.
The net, does it look like there's a way to get in, or you just sort of climb it?
If you approach it, you will notice that it's like one of those backyard nets that have a magnetic click. When you walk past it, like it just like opens up and clicks magnetically behind you.
Okay.
A barbecue doorway thing.
I think about it for entirely too long. But I turn, and I say too long, but like it's a couple seconds. We're in combat. But I'm gonna turn and go back towards Rufus. I do have candles in my pack, and they specifically work with prestidigitation, so I'd like to drop one as I go near some of the like tree bows that are spitting the leaves out.
Unfortunately, the candle does not have the same effect that a torch would. It's a very small
fair
flame,
enough,
and it doesn't really trigger a reaction from the golem, because it is currently like rolling downhill about 100 feet away from you.
Okay, I tried. I am following it. I'll do my best to figure something out.
It was 100 feet away from you. You move how much down? Remember that it's difficult terrain for the bird.
Okay, then at most I could have gotten 30, right?
Yeah. Then Rufus and the golem keep rolling downhill at a concerning imbalance of speed. You see that the fern golem, it's catching up to Rufus, and you, as much as you try to like follow it, it's proving to be a losing race. And at the end of your turn, actually, Sylas, can you make another dexterity save?
Yeah, of course. I love making these at the end of every turn. Not a nat 20, but still pretty good. 14.
Yeah, 14 makes it, but like barely. You could tell that very close of getting into an entanglement with this burdock pods. And yeah, so during the next round, the Fern and sorry, God damn it, why do you keep burping during recording? Jesus. I just get nervous burps. I don't like people dying, and it seems that Rufus it's gonna get swallowed by a Fern monster. Yeah, Rufus gets on the hill, and
No, you can do it, Rufus. Hang in there. Don't listen to the god and
Oh,
arbiter
I'm
of
gonna
our
fight
world.
till the
You
bitter
can
end.
do it.
and eventually
We're so screwed.
during this round, they make a turn, and you lose sight of them, Sylas. What do you do?
Wait, I lose sight of them? There, I don't
Yes.
even see a glow.
They made a turn down the track, and it's mostly just like rock shards and old brushes down there. Brushes? Brush?
Brush.
Brush.
Yeah.
Oh
Bushes?
my god. What do you want to do, Sylas? I think this is in character. What are you going to do, Sylas? Oh my god, he's going to get killed. I can't leave him, but I don't want to die either. Okay. I take a deep breath, and I think I'm gonna go down the hill.
Like I said before, because of the so rangers have a thing that they ignore difficult terrain in wilderness situations, and that's why Rufus has been able to like outrun this thing. You follow them for a few minutes, and by the time you make the turn and the hill, you see signs that Rufus kind of like ran into the craggy, bushy sides of the mountain, trying to lose this thing, and you no longer see or hear where they are. Last thing you see when you get there is like a flash of Rufus's torch swinging at the golem as he like runs through the undergrowth.
I mean, I think at this point I've got to start searching the area then. Like, I gotta, even if I'm not there until after they're done fighting, like, I can't just leave Rufus to this.
Make another dex saving throw at the end of this round.
Yay. That is a 7 on the die, and it sounds like a 12 isn't gonna cut it, so Champion and I are, you said, entangled?
Not entangled. I wasn't making a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith, but
Oh, gosh.
an entanglement.
Oops. Okay.
You're entangled, but you have a few of this pots attached to you, and you take 4 points of piercing damage, and make yourself a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
I rolled a 19 on the die, so that's a 21 save. Okay. Yay, this looks terrible.
So yeah, you make the wisdom saving throw. You don't the toxins are in itself that do not affect you. But you are right now standing with Champion alone in the middle of the trek. And Champion is also covered in these pods, and he's clearly like shaking and trying to like take them off, but he can't. What do you do?
Is there can I see a safe area from this? Ooh, wait, this is fun. I'm looking for a safe area, and then I'm going to aim Champion towards it, towards outside of the, like, spray. And I'm gonna use the brown goo to dash him there.
The only ways to safety is either keep going down the mountain, which before was a long hike, but you can eventually like run far down enough that you will be outside of the AOE of the pods, or you could just send him behind the mesh.
Well, so the problem that I'm facing is that now I've got these pods on me too, and I can't throw big heals, so I'm going to be down in a couple of turns if I can't solve that problem.
You can make a medicine check to try to figure out another way to remove them.
Well, thankfully I have an amazing +3 to my medicine, putting it at 11.
You can tell that you can if you spend at least 2 rounds working on it, you can remove a bundle of them.
Okay, damn it.
Takes 2 actions without fire to get them out, as long as you are trained in medicine. And I think you are trained in medicine, yeah?
Nope.
How
I
do
am
you have
not.
you have +3 wisdom?
I have a +2 wisdom and Bard's cheat. They get half proficiency to stuff.
But I guess you're considered to be somewhat trained because you have the bardic halfway thing.
Hey, I won't argue. Yeah, I think I just literally I even try to shout just fuck, but I don't think that it comes out. But I'm gonna give the champion the brown stuff and dash into the area with the mesh net.
All right. The champion with the speed boost manages to run behind it, and you see that there have already been a bunch of the pots like getting stuck on this side, on the outside of the thing, but none of them get passed into the other side, and champion is safely behind the mesh.
Well, I'm mounted, but so did the pods fall off, or now there are no more new pods?
There's no more new pots, and you no longer have to make the dex saving throw. Now,
Okay.
let's do 2 rounds of you taking the damage, and if you survive it,
Yikes!
you're in
Because that,
danger.
yeah, I was gonna say that could be enough to end me.
It's just 6 damage.
Whew.
And after 2 rounds of it, you remove them, and a few minutes pass where still like an entire like 2 layers of pots get attached to the mesh because the plants outside are still like spewing it out. And after a few minutes, it all stops. And you take a short rest.
I start breaking stuff. I
Wait,
don't take a short rest so much as I start Kylo Renning the room.
Oh,
Like, this fucking Randall disappeared. Rufus, as far as I know, is dead. Like, this is the bad ending for the campaign.
Yeah, that's bad.
looking grim.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm not attacking the mesh. I like throw shit, I stab some pods, I maybe take my sword to one of the walls a couple of times. And then I just look at my now like not looking great sword because it's not designed to do that. And I sigh and I sit down and put my head in my hands, and I guess then I'll take my short rest before I work on trying to open the door. I think I was the one with the FAFSA bit, which is good, but if I'm not, then I don't even know if there's anything else I can do here.
No, I'm pretty sure it was you.
Yeah, you're the one that had it. And while Sylas was handling his grief in this, it's more like a porch kind of. It's like a very small space in between like the outside of the facility and the proper entrance. It's like you see a few benches to the side, and in one of those benches there was like a dead body that, upon a closer inspection, had a bunch of dried pods on it, and you see that it died like sitting down, just like being eaten alive by the plants.
Well, mystery solved.
Oh.
And you like smash a few benches. You scream into the darkness. Well, not into the darkness, into nothingness, I guess. And after you finish your short rest, the reassuring sound of armored cockatrices approaches. Well, not reassuring. You expect it to be Rufus, but in the distance you see a spot of 6 people coming up the hill in the back of cockatrices. And let's end it there for now. I'm kind of sad that Rufus is missing, but
Can I at least be missing
Yeah.
presumed alive?
Yes, last
mean-
you were swinging your torch. So for all we know, I mean, we're gonna have to do our own thing later, but let's leave it at that for now.
Yeah, wow.
That's,
Rufus!
I guess now I don't get to say I play Rufus. Now I get to say I played Rufus.
Well, I guess we'll have to see how it all goes down. That'll be for Patreon
Yeah.
subscribers once we have Patreon or subscribers.
Yeah. Stay tuned. I'll keep burping a lot because apparently Discord conversations make me burpy.
Or maybe it's just murdering player characters, you bastard.
Yeah,
I
that
know,
was
I
that
didn't
was
know how
rough.
I didn't know how Randall was gonna take his familiar thing, and he did not take it well. So,
Yeah.
that's why we fought this thing without the fire mage on the group. So
Right?
Yep.
Hey, it's good. If I ever see Randall again, I have solid beef to boil with
beef.
him, I guess. Yeah. We've got
ooh,
Rufus is
thank
missing in
you.
action because you weren't there to cast a level 1 cantrip.
Right. Ugh.
well, let's end there for today. Thank you everyone for listening. I am Germán Rodriguez, and I did not kill any PCs today.
You just left their fate ambiguous. I'm Shane. I
Guilty.
play Sylas Cantor, the very sad boy right now.
Yeah. And I'm Dave, and I played the ambiguously fated Rufus MacBarley. Oh.
To see if Rufus made it out of the bushes, and maybe he's a bushman now. Isn't that what the people from Australia, the natives, were called?
I don't think we should get into that.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I am looking forward to the possibility of like a campaign final boss fight, and then like Rufus walks in. Hey guys, what'd I miss?
Right?
With a very lovely like a plant jacket or something. Like he just made a jacket out of all the branches. And curated it.
Or one of those armors made for grappling, where like you hug them and it just pokes them a lot.
All right, this was the Legend of 1, our very first digital recording. I hope everyone enjoyed it, and come back in 2 weeks. We'll see what's up.
Yeah.
Yay! Hey Dave,
Okay,
one
what?
would you join me in some outro music?
I'd like just singing it.
Lovely times.
Fantastic.
Hello there, cool cats and kittens.
While everyone is stuck inside, we hope you are safe and are able to remain as mentally healthy as possible.
There's no shame if you're just sitting on the couch or need some help dealing with the extra pressures Quarantina puts on us all.
Please prioritize your physical and mental health. We love you and we care about you.
We love you and want you to be well.
The Legend of Nat 1, background music by Kevin MacLeod and provided by incompetech.filmmusic.io.
The Legend of Nat 1 theme by David Yarley,
This episode is edited by Brandon Lee.
with assistance by Shane Sherry. Logo by Ben Thwaite.
You can send us an email at thelegendofnat1@gmail.com. That's Nat1 with the number 1. Send us any ideas you have
For treasure, weapons, fan art, weapons,
for loot,
weapons,
questions,
ideas,
etc.
and anything else you may think of. Weapons.
We'd love to hear from you.
We'll love to hear from you. Weapons.